Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 226.
We got up this morning planning to work all morning long here in our room. We've got a lot of space to spread out in this deluxe room at Grand Floridian, which is really nice. But before we started working, 9 o'clock sharp, we were both on our computers waiting for the release of the new Disney Vacation Club Moonlight Magic tickets for Typhoon Lagoon. This is an event coming up in September. We didn't want to miss it. We have some friends staying with us, so we really wanted to get tickets to this. We've been to so many Moonlight Magic events and we've loved all of them, but we haven't done one at a water park, so that should be really interesting. We were able to get tickets for us and for our friends staying in the room with us, so we're super excited about that.
We worked for just a couple hours and then got ready for the day because tonight we are going to Batuu for the first time ever for a special preview with some of our cast member friends. They are getting a first preview and they invited us along because they're allowed to have a guest. We are so excited. We cannot wait to see it.
So excited doesn't quite encapsulate what I was feeling. Starting off the day with the high of getting the Moonlight Magic tickets, knowing what's coming this afternoon, I was like not able to focus on anything for work. It was terrible.
And that's not all the amazing stuff we have going on. Around lunchtime, we walked over to the Polynesian to meet a friend there because she and Robert are going to try some chocolate-covered bacon at the Kona Cafe. And I specifically said those two because I have no interest in trying that. That is unnatural. It is not normal. I love chocolate and I enjoy bacon, but I have no interest in trying chocolate-covered bacon.
You're just missing out on all the best things in life, I'm telling you. So I found a friend willing to try it with me. I've been wanting to try this for a while now. So we scheduled it for today. We're going to meet up at Polynesian. They had 4 different kinds of chocolate-covered bacon, and of course, we just had to try them all. Alyssa saw they had chocolate-covered strawberries, and she likes those because apparently chocolate and strawberries is natural, but chocolate and bacon is not.
It is very normal.
Anyway.
Fruit and chocolate makes sense.
Sure, if you say so. So she got a chocolate-covered strawberry. I got chocolate-covered bacon, and a chocolate-covered strawberry covered in bacon. So we had all the bacon things to try today. The 4 different kinds of bacon we had were just regular chocolate-covered bacon, which I figured, can't go wrong with that. They also had a seasonal one that was pineapple coconut. Looking forward to that because I think the sweet should be really nice with the salty. They also had a chili chocolate-covered bacon that was supposed to be spicy. And they had a candied nuts chocolate-covered bacon. This is just like the most amazing spread of bacon things I've ever seen. Our friend and I went through and tried each and every one of them, starting with the chili, which we actually really liked. It had a little bit of a kick when you first bit into it, but then it kind of got taken over by the bacon and chocolate, so it wasn't too spicy. We really liked the pineapple and coconut because the sweet was a great combination with the bacon salty. And the candied nuts. There was a lot to the candied nuts because it became this like big thing because there's a big pile of nuts on top, but it was really good. And of course, just regular chocolate covered bacon was also good. Overall, I would get any of these again because they were all really good, but I think my favorite was probably the pineapple coconut. Didn't have a lot of coconut flavor, but it was just the right combination of sweet and salty. And we did try that bacon covered, chocolate covered strawberry as well. I felt like you didn't really taste the bacon very much in this though. The strawberry was super sweet, but it kind of overpowered the bacon. There wasn't quite enough bacon flavor to it, so I would probably just skip that and go for a regular strawberry.
And for those wondering, my chocolate-covered strawberry was amazing. It was actually a huge strawberry. It was perfect, not too soggy at all. I absolutely loved this. And like I said, this is normal. What they ate was just very strange, and I'm glad I didn't try it.
We just have different definitions of normal, and I think chocolate-covered bacon is perfectly normal. At least in America, it is. I mean, maybe not anywhere else, but we're in America, right. So, it's normal here.
We had a lot of fun with our friend here, and then it was time to go. We went and caught a bus here from the Polynesian. There was no reason to walk back to the Grand Floridian because all the resorts have buses that go to the park. We took a bus over to Hollywood Studios. When we got there, we were actually really surprised to see at the entrance that the Sorcerer Mickey topiary was gone. We hadn't seen anywhere that anyone had posted like, hey, this is gone. But apparently they've been doing some work up here at the entrance and he just disappeared. We were a little sad he's gone now. We headed into the park and first thing we're going to do is do some shopping. Robert has something he is going to be buying because he's so excited. We waited until today because, well, we didn't want to carry it around our suitcase and we wanted today to be extra special. And so we went to the first store we could go to and Robert bought himself a porg.
It was love at first sight, of course. I've been wanting one of these porgs for, well, ever since they came out, really, and I finally broke down and got one today. I named him Porgy Porg, in case you're wondering. I'm real creative with the naming there. And he got to ride along with me all through Galaxy's Edge as we went for the cast member preview today. Once we checked out with him, we did head over towards the entrance of Batuu and just kind of hung out and waited for our cast member friends to get there because we can't get in without them. We are their guests. And once they met up with us, we headed through the tunnel into Batuu for the first time.
The transformation from going to Hollywood Studios into Galaxy's Edge was truly incredible. It really is something the Imagineers clearly took a lot of time to make sure you are completely transported to another world. You would never even know you're at Hollywood Studios or Walt Disney World for that matter. You're literally immersed completely on this other planet.
When we first came onto the planet, we really just kind of wandered around because we were all in awe of this place. It is so crazy to see for the first time. It had been raining today, so everything was a little bit wet, which kind of added to the look with the dark clouds and stuff. But there were also not a lot of people here because it was just a cast member preview. So we just really wandered around the area looking at the X-Wing when we first came in, the A-Wing, and just looking at all the spires of Batuu as we walked around and worked our way over, heading eventually towards the Millennium Falcon. But first we made a stop in the marketplace because it's between the entrance and the Falcon. Really cool theming here in the marketplace. You feel like you've just walked into this crazy busy marketplace on some other planet.
We looked at all the merchandise they have here, including all the little animals they have. Some of those are a little scary looking, but some of them are super adorable. I think our favorite thing they have here in the market though are the little posable characters. They are so much fun to play with and we have absolutely no reason to need them because we don't own a desk or a house or anything, but we loved playing with them.
And if I had anywhere in my suitcase to store something like this and not worry about it getting broken, I would totally have just bought all of them. But I didn't, so I didn't take any home, but we did pose a lot of them on the shelf and like make a little arrangement. We had them doing the YMCA and all kinds of stuff. The next stop coming out of the market was Ronto Roasters. We were really impressed by the gigantic pod racing engine there roasting the meat. We got in line and ordered the jerky as well as a Ronto wrap, and oh my goodness, the jerky was good. But the Ronto wrap stole the show. This thing is amazing. It's like the best bratwurst you've ever had, but better because it has the turkey in there with it and the coleslaw on top, and it's just the perfect sandwich for Galaxy's Edge. You grab it and go. I loved it, and I've had many, many more since this first one.
I was actually going to be very judgmental about this. I don't like coleslaw, so it was just kind of like, okay, I'll try it so that I can say I tried it. I ended up loving it. We got back in line and got another one because it's kind of like the bison burger. Once you learn it's something you're not supposed to share, then you each get one so you never have to fight over it again.
We left Ronto Roasters and headed around to Oga's Cantina. We actually didn't go down by the Falcon. We went the long way around because we don't want to go to the Falcon just yet. Oga's Cantina we had a reservation for, and we went in there. Of course, they don't have food there, just drinks. Thankfully, we did eat. We all sat around the big table there, and because there's enough of us, we got to sit instead of stand, which is really nice. And this was just like walking into a cantina on some planet somewhere. I felt like it was kind of like walking into the Mos Eisley Cantina, but a little bit nicer, and they had a really cool DJ here, DJ Rex, who, of course, I recognize from Star Tours all growing up when he used to pilot the ship. It was really fun to see him up there DJing all the music while we're here at Oga's. And of course we all got some different drinks and mocktails for everyone to try, and we ordered the provisions that they had. It's not really food. It's called Oga's Obsession, and it's a cotton candy lemonade with some blueberry boba pearls in it and some dried fruit on top. Weirdest thing I've eaten, kind of like a Jello almost, but I don't even know what this was. It was good, but it was really strange. Definitely not food.
And our server did let us know before we started eating it that we should put it on the light that's in the table, like watch it change colors. We're like, really? Sure enough, we put it on the table and it started changing colors, which was really awesome to see. And then they all tried it and just kind of made weird faces because it was just the strangest thing.
See, don't you feel like you missed out because you can't have food
not at
coloring?
all.
I mean, you know, sometimes you miss out on things 'cause you can't have food coloring, and sometimes
it saves you.
yeah,
but you
sometimes
can't
those
have
things
it.
are weird. We left Oga's Cantina and went back the way we came towards the blue and green milk stall. We did not try the blue and green milk today. We did see it was there, but there was a long line. We did get some pictures in front of the First Order shuttle ship, which was parked there. That was pretty cool. And then we went into the First Order store looking at all the merchandise, and I found a blue hat in there that I really liked. And of course it's a hat, and I had to have it. So I went ahead and got the hat that they had because I can't resist. I'm a sucker for a good hat.
So you're saying you're not part of the resistance because you can't resist?
Mm,
No?
That
wasn't my best
not
one.
what I was saying. No.
And then we did go and take some photo pass pictures as well. And this was really funny because Robert already has a porg on his shoulder. And the cast member told us to put our arm up. We're like, oh, okay. And we found the picture later. And of course, it was the porg sitting on our shoulder, which was really funny.
Multiple porgs.
After we left there, we headed towards the Millennium Falcon, which is the main thing here. We wanted to have a big reveal. So we haven't gone over that way necessarily at all. We headed over there and got to see the Millennium Falcon for the first time. And this thing is huge. Oh my goodness, this is not just a prop that they put in. They legit put the Millennium Falcon on Batuu, and it is amazing to see. We took tons and tons of pictures, and because there weren't many people here, we were able to get a lot of pictures with just us and with the group, with no one in them, which was really nice because that doesn't happen very often. So it was just really enjoyable to get to enjoy these moments for the first time, get to see the Millennium Falcon, truly enjoy it. No obstruction to our view. It was just amazing. And we just had so much fun taking pictures because there's 7 of us. So a lot of times it can be difficult to take a picture without getting people in it or without being in someone else's way. We had no issues today. A lot of people offered to take pictures, which was so nice.
And after we were done with all of our pictures, it was finally time to ride Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run for the first time. So looking forward to this. I have been in my own little world wandering around here on Batuu, just like my childhood come to life and all my dreams. It's amazing. So we walked through the queue heading over to ride the Falcon. Of course, as you walk around behind it, it's kind of coming to life and stuff is activating on the ship and there's fog coming out and lights coming on. It's really cool. We get inside and meet Hondo Onaka. Of course, he is the one that hired us to make this run. And then we headed on to board the Falcon, and this was the coolest experience. You walk in, and I swear it looks just like the movie. You walk in and you're like, man, this is the Falcon. I'm actually standing on the Millennium Falcon. This is incredible. They've got the holochess table over there, and there's all these switches and stuff everywhere. There's some nests that the porgs have made kind of scattered around the ship. So we just kind of wandered around in there waiting on our turn to get on the ride. It didn't take but like 10 minutes to get up there because there's so few people here in this part of the park for the preview. We basically walked onto the ride. It only took as long as it did because we were looking at everything through the queue. So we got up there, got in to ride the Falcon, and for the first time ever, got to fly the Millennium Falcon. This was incredible.
I was an engineer towards the back, so I took a ton of pictures and just enjoyed watching everyone ride this ride. I enjoy Star Wars. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan though, so I'm more here for Robert. And it was just so much fun to watch everyone enjoy themselves. And this was a really cool experience. I really enjoyed this. And once it was finished, we're all just kind of like, can we do it again? Like, I really enjoyed that. And because there are different positions, we all wanted to try different ones. So we headed back out, got back in line, walked through the whole queue again, walked right back on. This time though, we opted to take some pictures because we didn't the first time because we were just excited to ride. Like, all right, we're gonna take a few pictures together, especially here on the holochess board, and just taking a lot of selfies because we're really excited to be here. Then we got back on the ride, switched positions so we could try different positions here. Of course, Robert wanted to pilot because that's a big deal for him.
Yep, I've been looking forward to that. The last time I was gunner because we were in with another party, and that's okay. But I was ready to fly the Falcon. I was so ready for this. And also, we scored really poorly the first time, so I'm hoping to get a better score when I'm flying this thing.
We rode once again and did a lot better than the first time and enjoyed this just as much as we did the first time, which is amazing. We came back out and decided not to ride one more time. We're just gonna enjoy being in Galaxy's Edge. The sun is setting, so we have some really pretty views. It's pretty cloudy, so we're not necessarily gonna get a sunset, but we're really enjoying the fact that we get to see Batuu during the day and we're gonna get to see it at night, which is really awesome.
As we wandered around, we ran into Ray. She was just kind of walking around Batuu, so she stopped and chatted with us for a minute, was warning me about the porgs and how they'll destroy the wiring on the ship if I'm not careful.
Shame.
So Porgy's a good porg. He would never do that. It's okay. So we talked to Ray for just a minute, and then she kept going, and we were like, okay, this has been really cool wandering around. It's been a lot of fun. We should go ride the Falcon again. We should do that. So we went back over to ride Millennium Falcon Smugglers Run one more time. Went through, of course, again, no wait. Got on, rode it. Did even better this time with our score. And then as we came off, we were like, all right, we've got a couple minutes till the park closes. We should probably head out. And then we rode one more time because we were just like, well, we've got time. The line's right here. We'll walk right on. So we did ride a fourth and final time before we ended the night here at Batuu. It was just so much fun, especially with friends, because as you're trying to pilot the ship or be the gunner or whatever, you're yelling at everyone around you because they're not doing their jobs and you're not doing your job. You're like, turn left, pull up and shoot that guy and all this. It's a lot of fun. I love riding it with friends instead of strangers because you don't feel uncomfortable yelling at your friends.
At this point, it was getting dark, and so we could see the Millennium Falcon all lit up. Of course, everything on Batuu is lit up, including all the lightsabers that everyone has now gotten and brought in here. So it was just really awesome because basically Batuu at night is lights and lightsabers. That's all it consists of. And of course, Robert enjoys taking pictures anyway, and this place is just a picture haven. You can go anywhere and take amazing photos. So we walked around taking pictures. We did watch them close up the market, which was really cool. And then we just slowly made our way out because the park is closed, which means Batuu is closed. Something about that relation there.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure how that works because we're on a different planet, but whatever, they didn't ask my opinion. So we slowly made our way out, just taking pictures and just talking with our friends. We had the absolute best time. The fact that it was our first time being here and there are so few people and we got to ride the Millennium Falcon 4 times is truly amazing. I don't think we could have had a better experience.
It was everything I was hoping it was going to be, and it was even better because we had so many friends with us, so we all got to enjoy it together. And all of our friends were not huge Star Wars fans. Some of them were, some of them weren't, but it was great to kind of all have the same experience. It was just so much fun. I am so glad we got to go today. On the way out of Batuu, we could see the fireworks up by the Chinese theater over the rooftops, but we didn't go to try to watch the show. We just headed out the front of the park, over to the buses, and got a bus back to the Grand Floridian, and that was the end of our day today. So we'll see you tomorrow
For our Year with the Ears.